morning, another overcast day. This video is for a friend of mine, and they got a system out at the islands for fishing, and with all this bad cloudy overcast weather we've been having lately, they've been battling some mornings getting full. Well, this is how I charge my system off the generator, and I've probably done a video similar to this before. I can't remember its name. Craft's disease, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to make another one now. What we have in the shed here, let me just turn this fan off. We have my two main units that run the house, and this is going to be changing in here before too long, but they're running all the time. And then we got this unit here, and it's a older unit that had a dead main board in it. Died when ants attacked it. This was also on my wall, and that was a 4 kilowatt unit, and I put a new 5 kilowatt board in there and totally refurbished the unit. And what it does is it just sits there and does nothing. See, it's turned off. And how we're using that is, down in the shed we've got a little tiny, I think they call it a 3.2 kVA cheap eBay special Chinese generator that I bought in 2017. There's a video on that called "Is It Dead, Jim?" Where I thought it might have been eaten by mice, but it wasn't. And we just ended up putting a new little lithium starter battery in it. But that comes in my shed, and there's our spare Honda generator there. That comes in my shed into that cable there down on the bottom. You see that big tube cable just there, and goes up into this generator. So the idea behind this is, why do you need a generator big enough to run your loads? Okay, you've already got a 10 kilowatt inverter system right there, 2 5s running in parallel. Alright, so why do you need to spend thousands of dollars on a generator to run your loads and charge your batteries? So we spent, I think that little generator down the shed cost us $750 through Outbacks camping on eBay in 2017. Okay, and it's been pretty good. I mean, it doesn't get a lot of use, but it's been really good. It starts and runs, and it's not too noisy. So we'll go down the shed, and what'll happen is, when I start that generator, this automatically will turn on and start charging the batteries, okay? Because it's not powering AC, it's just a battery charge. You're only using the 12 volt, the 48 volt side of the unit, the DC side. Same as if I had solar panels on it. I wouldn't need to turn the unit on for it to actually charge the battery, so it's not costing me anything to have that sit there. It's not vampiring any of my battery. You know, like, it's not sucking power sitting there. This is a really efficient, way out of the box way of charging your batteries, and it works, okay? And it's cheaper than spending 10 grand on a good diesel inverter generator big enough to run your household loads and charge your batteries. Alright, so that's my spare unit. We'll wander down the shed in a minute and get that all started. Okay, so here we are. I'm down at the shed. I got this little generator here, and it just goes into the wood shed through. I got a brick surround out there to catch any sparks if it happens to throw a spark out. So this is, look, I think this cost us in 2017 off eBay about $700, give or take. So basically the missus comes down here Turns the fuel open there. Puts the choke on. Turns the fuel on there. And then pumps this little valve a few times. And that's basically it. Now we'll let it run for a bit to warm up. Excuse me, got a bit of a cold. We're running 98 octane in this, okay? We get 5-6 hours out of that tank with 98 octane in it. You get a lot less with the low octane stuff. And here it is grounded, as you can see. Alright, and then we turn this switch on here. Okay, that's the circuit breaker, and from there it goes back up to the house. We'll just walk back up to the house. That's the line there, you can see the line under the ground, and it comes out there and goes into the shed. Can you hear that generator, by the way? I've got an omnidirectional microphone on this GoPro 10. And what happens? Something magic's happened. This unit's turned on and started charging the batteries. Alright. And as it ramps up, if we just go here, so the batteries are at 55.6 volts. Solar input, there is none. Off to AC, we're currently putting in 20 amps. Now, why would you buy a big expensive generator when you can charge your batteries this way? I mean, houses aren't using a lot of power all the time. So like for now, I've got these inverters on, okay? And what they're doing, we've got a bit of sun coming in now. So as the sun's coming in, you can see the amps are going down because they don't require it, okay? But if you've got no sun, then the amps go up. So that generator down there is in eco mode, and it's basically just idling along, and it'll do that for, you know, under that load it'll do it just about all day. And you can see, you can hear this. So we're running a hot water system, plus whatever else, but it's not affecting the generator at all because you're not using it to run the AC in the house. You're using it just to charge the batteries. With the sun out, (17 amps, 18 amps). Alright. And that's not far from the house. How many metres would you say that is? 8 metres? Yep. 8 metres away, that generator. Door's open. And the door's open. The door's open, okay? It's usually even quieter when that door's shut. And that's what I'm talking about, mate. And you can just leave that run all day, as long as you remember to go down and turn the key off so the battery doesn't go flat. You got to think outside the box to save money. And you know, you've already got your 48 volt wiring in, you just run it a bit further and hook in another inverter, and then run a lead out to your generator, and that's it. You know, simple, so easy, so cost effective, and it works so bloody brilliantly. Alright, so that's how I charge our 1000 amp hour battery bank in the winter if we need some power. It's very cost effective, uses very little fuel, and it works. Okay.